If you are looking for the best soundbars, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we have included options for every type of customer. So, let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Samsung HT-SCB01A. The Samsung HT-SCB01A is our top soundbar pick right now because it's just the right balance of being a big audio upgrade, of offering a practical design that's useful with most TVs, and of being a good price. It's a Dolby Atmos soundbar and features 7 drivers in total in the main unit, 2 frill links left and right, 1 central, and 2 fire links upwards for adding Atmos height. Between them, they deliver a huge, highly effective wall of sound in front of you with the convincing movements of audio and positioning. Crucially, it also offers all the detail, clarity, and the dynamic power you want from a cinematic bar. The separate wireless subwoofer is perfectly integrated with the sound stage of the main unit, with bass sounds moving seamlessly from one to the other as needed, with no sudden wired increase in the rumble or anything else undesirable. It also offers a 4K HDR HDMI pass-through, so you don't lose the port by plugging it in, and has both Wi-Fi with Apple AirPlay 2 and Bluetooth on board for streaming music to it. And you can even add separate wireless rear speakers if you want to turn it into a proper surround system. But what you get in the basic set is exactly what most people want from a soundbar anyway, a big, beefy upgrade over what a thin TV can offer. That's really easy to set up, and unlike most soundbars aiming at this level of audio fidelity, it's actually small enough to sit in front of a 50-inch TV or bigger. Too many of its competitors start from 55 inches minimum. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Bose Soundbar 700. If you all are looking for a soundbar because you don't have spaces for a wireless subwoofer, the best standalone soundbar for music that we have tested is this Bose Soundbar 700. It is a very well-balanced sound signature and is suitable for a wide variety of music genres. Even without a dedicated wireless subwoofer, it still manages to reproduce good overall bass, although some may feel like it's a big light on a deep rumble. On the upside, this bar is easily upgradable with a wireless sub and dedicated rear speakers. Thanks to its room correction feature, the bar can adjust its sound profile to better suit the acoustics of the room it's in. It also features side-firing speakers, which greatly helps to widen up the stereo sound stage. The speakers project the noise at the walls, which then reflect the listeners, giving you the impression of a wider sound stage than any even typical home theater speakers. On the other hand, it might feel a bit unnatural to some. It also supports Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Apple AirPlay, so you can wirelessly stream mixes to the bar. If you're looking for something that lets you plug in your phone via a 3.5mm audio cable, look elsewhere, as this one doesn't have any audio jack. It also makes more robust sound enhancement features like a graphic EQ or a preset. That said, this is one of the best soundbars for music, especially if you don't have the extra room for a sub, and it's one of the better built models that we have tested. The number 3 position is held by B&O Beosound Stage. The Danish audio masters have done it again with this soundbar, where it is packed an astounding sound amount of sound into a small stylish unit. The Beosound Stage is actually B&O's first soundbar, and it's been worth the wait. There are 11 drivers hidden behind its stylish quadrat cloth finish, producing a hugely impressive wall of sound. Angled drivers gives the audio height, while the range of tweeters and woofers add width and depth. It can get incredibly boomy without the need for a subwoofer too. The amount of detail is just excellent, and its depth touch with everything for dynamic action scenes that pan across the screen to subtle speed. It squeezes every drop of an audio quality from soundtracks thanks to Dolby Atmos compatibility, and does feature a noticeable boost to the spatial positioning of audio compared to simpler soundbars. Though, don't expect it to offer a full surround experience like the Samsung Q90R below. But that's okay, because this is a single box solution that's basically plug and play, and sometimes that's just what you want. It doesn't even have its own remote. You will just use your TV's remote or the B&O app to control it. It's expensive? Yes, but you can hear every penny. Here is our full 5-star B&O Beosound Stage review if you want even more about how impressive it is. Next, at number 4, we have Sony HT-G700. This soundbar busts its way near the top of her list by offering an excellent package that makes it easy to recommend to most people for the price. It gives you significantly more spectacular design directional audio than budget soundbars, and though expensive soundbars offers more dynamic audio, you have to spend almost double the price to really improve on what this gives you. This soundbar and wireless subwoofer includes Sony fancy processing to make the 3 drivers in the soundbar seems like they're giving you sound coming from the sides and above. It can really achieve its claims of being like a surround sound system, but that's okay because what it does manage is really impressive. Soundtracks of excellent width from this speaker, convincingly coming from the far left and right, but also being more subtly positioned in front of you to match what's on a screen, and yes, some height is added too for extra immersion. The number 5 position is held by Yamaha SR-B20A. If you are looking for the best soundbar and the €250, your journey has ended. The audio quality here is excellent for the price, adding so much more balanced clarity and depth than a budget TV speaker could ever hope to produce. And despite the soundbar being not even as wide as your average 32-inch TV, meaning it's just as at home, with monitors as TVs, the sound has really impressive width and stereo positioning. The dynamic range is great too, and everything from movies to games. It's even pretty good with music and has Bluetooth for easy streaming. It's really simple to set up too. It has a single HDMI Arc port for easy TV connection, which enables control from your TV remote, or twin optical connectors, or even a good OL 3.5mm jack. The remote is awkward, but there are also controls on the top and a great app you can use to make mode adjustments. This thing is cheap, versatile, discreet, and sounds great. You love it or complete Yamaha SR-C20A review goes deeper into why. The number 6 position is dominated by Sonos Beam. If you want to stand alone but need something even smaller than the Bose Soundbar 700, get the Sonos Beam. It doesn't support Bluetooth playback like the Bose, and it compresses a bit more when playing at max volume. But it's substantially smaller and offers an easy-to-use and seamless Wi-Fi music playback experience. With voice assistant support, its sound profile is neutral and well-balanced, and you can easily add a Sonos wireless subwoofer or rear speakers if you want to create a more immersive listening experience. It's fully compatible with the rest of Sonos lineup to easily create a multi-room speaker setup, and even has both Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant support, so you can simply ask the bot to play a song or playlist and it will play it from your preferred streaming service. If you listen to music at very high volumes and care about having clean sound with no compression, get the Bose. But if you need something smaller or want an easy-to-use multi-room speaker solution, get the Sonos. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Samsung HWQ950T. If you want the scale of the cinema at home in the most convenient package possible, the Samsung HWQ950T is it. This is a 4-box system, meaning you have got the soundbar, a subwoofer, and 2 rear speakers. That's a bit more to set up and get positioned than most options here, but they are all wirelessly connected, so it's not a lot of hassle ultimately, and the results are pretty outstanding. When it comes to the 3D effective object-based audio such as Dolby Atmos, adding surround sound and even height, no other soundbar option is more convincing. That's thanks to its being a 9.1.4 channel system. 7 of the 9 surround channels are in the front bar, using angled driver to bounce the sound to the sides, as are 2 upward firing drivers for Atmos high channels. That makes it a big bar suitable for 55-inch TVs and up. Each rear speaker has 1 surround channel and another upward firing driver. It's not just about scale, though the dexterity of the sound here is a top-notch as well. From the smallest element of the soundtrack to the largest, it all gets picked out and presented clearly and precisely. It can deliver subtle scenes with a light touch, then instantly turn on the big noise for a shocking movement, if that's what a movie asks. The number 8 position is held by Sonos Arc. The Sonos Arc is a durable Dolby Atmos soundbar with 11 drivers at various angles for projecting sound upwards as well as out of your left and right. As a single box soundbar, it's not able to fake sounds really coming from all around you, but instead it creates a clear sense of the sound following the space in front of you, which is just as good in its own way. Instead of the noise seeming like it's coming from a speaker, it's projecting from the entire wall, spanning the full width and height of the room, and it really makes use of that space. Atmos high channels means that something moving up and down really has a sense of that height in motion, and when a noise travels across the screen, it's matched to what you're seeing on the screen, adding immersion even if it doesn't surround you. If you want to go with the full surround experience, you can add 2 smaller Sonos units, such as Sonos One SLS, as well as rear speakers. The audio quality is just fantastic. No matter whether you are watching movies or listening to the music, this is a full multi-room speaker with streaming via the Sonos app or Apple iPlay 2. Everything is finely balanced, including totally clear dialogue even without the speech enhancer option, and beautifully smooth. Next at number 9, we have Yamaha SR-B20A. The Yamaha SR-B20A strikes an impressive balance of price and capability. 6 drivers is a lot for under Euro 250 and gives it not only a great dynamic range but also a wide and tall sound stage with a pretty precise position of an audio, adding that extra dimension to what you're seeing on the screen. The 3D surround mode is especially effective. This is a single box soundbar, so there isn't a separate subwoofer. 2 on-board low-end drivers delivers the bass, and this is admittedly its weakest point, lacking the expressiveness and voice that a separate subwoofer unit might have given you, but it still works well, and that's the only wobble when it comes to sound here. Everything is immediately enhanced with extra depth and clarity compared to your average TV speakers. We also like that there is a specific gaming mode, which again is great for positioning sound effects. It's a bit of a shame that there is no HDMI pass-through here, which means you will lose one of your HDMI ports plugging this in, which may be annoying if you have a mid-range TV with fewer ports, but otherwise construction is great and it feels more premium than it costs. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Panasonic HT-SCB01 SOUNDSLAYER. All of these soundbars will elevate gaming, but they are not made with it specifically in mind. This one is, but also manages to be a really tempting small soundbar for everyone else at the same time. You have just to pretend it's not called the SOUNDSLAYER if you're not in the later camp. Packing it an impressive array of speakers, each stereo channel consists of a full range driver plus tweeter combo, and bass is handled by a woofer plus bass radiator pair for its size, plus 4K HDR HDMI pass-through and support for Dolby Atmos and DDX sound. This beats the similarly targeted Sonos Beam for audio features. It offers Bluetooth for streaming to it from a phone, but no Wi-Fi. The sound is punchy, deep and powerful. Its small size makes it perfect for large gaming monitors or small to mid TVs, but the level of attack it offers makes for a big experience. It's especially capable when it comes to the low end, packing impact into every hit or explosion, and though being a 2.1 speaker, it can't make the best of Dolby Atmos. There is a really good width and height to the sound overall. It's not specially well suited to the music, particularly when compared to the Sonos Beam, but as an overall upgrade intended to add scale and richness to a monitor for small TV, this is a great buy for a low price. That's all for today. We upload product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.